Hello again, it's Woda with another video on all things Googly. Today we're going to talk about Google Sites and do a quick overview, maybe not quick, but do an overview of Google Sites to kind of show you the ins and outs and what's possible with Google Sites. So let's dig in there. The first thing we've got to do, obviously, is to figure out how to create a Google site. So what we will do, there's a couple different ways you can do this. Everybody kind of finds their own way. You can navigate to Google Sites using the waffle. If you click on that, you should see that yours might be in a different order than mine. Also, I don't know if you know this or not, but you can move things around. So sites, you can go there and do it. The one thing that I like that Google has done in the last update to sites is that it kind of treats it more like a Google doc or sheet or something like that, in that you can create it and store it inside of your Google Drive. So one thing I might recommend you do to do this is start off from your Google Drive if you're familiar with how to use that. Hopefully you are. If not, hopefully there's a video in the checklist that you can look at. So here is the new section. I would create a folder and just call it, I don't know, EdTech Resources, right? You know what I might even do with that? Just to clarify it, in my mind, I'm going to add kind of a label to it. This is the way I do it. Site, and then dash, and then there we go. So that way, if I have multiple sites and I'm naming them that way, they'll all show up together in my drive. I don't know, just a thing I do. Click OK. We got this folder, we'll open it, and we will create our new Google site. So to do that, we can do it a couple different ways. We can right click in the white space to open up this, or we can go to new, more, and then go to Google site, and we'll click that. And here we go, off and away. So this is how you start your Google site. And I just want to go over that because that is one of the items in the checklist that you need to know how to do. The next thing is to create pages within a site. So to do that, actually, I just wanted to show you that, but let me undo kind of some of this and show you one that I'm already working on. And it's this EdTech Resources site that I've already created and I'm kind of working on. So here we are. This is what I've kind of started with. So to create a page within the site. So right now, as you look at this, it looks like it's just a one-page website, right? It's the front page. All I have is a title. I don't have any information or data or anything down here. But I can add stuff. So I'll go to pages over here. And now you'll see that I've already got some things already kind of set up in here. But to create a new page, I would just hit the plus sign, and I can create a new page within the website. But if I hover over it and I don't click it, you'll notice that it kind of animates, right? Things happen. And you have this new link. So what that is, if you choose that, the new link, when you click that, it's going to bring up this window here where you can give it a name. And so let's say I'm going to give you a link to the Ohio Department of Education. Right? Okay, so that's that. So the link to that, and I can just copy and paste this, but since I happen to know what it is, I'll put it in there. Right. Okay, so now what I've done, I've created a new link. I've given the link a title. I've given the link, like the actual link. Whenever I create a website and I have somebody clicking on a link that's going to take them outside of my website, I always make sure it opens up in a new tab. That way they don't lose track of where they were on my website, so they can go back to it. So I'm going to hit done, and now you'll see that this kind of shows up right here, right? So in a preview of this, when we preview it, there's the link that I just created. I'm going to click that. It opens up a new, well, good grief. Oh, that's because I put edu. Daggone it. Not gov. Let me edit that. See, I don't know everything. I make mistakes. That should have been .gov. Otherwise, I was sending everybody to OU's website. All right, so now, there we go. Oops, did not want to do that. Preview. Now, if I click on that, it should open up, yes, education.ohio.gov. Takes you to ODE. In a new page, right? So after they're done looking at whatever they wanted to look at from there, they can always go back to this tab and go back to my website, which is why I do that, open in a new tab. So that's how you create a new link. To create a new page, you just click it, right? Give it a new name. We'll call this Google Sites. Okay. Hit done, right? And so now I have this new page, right? Google Sites. and I can do stuff with it. So that's the next kind of thing on the checklist, is to add text and images to your site. So when you do that, you're going to go over, you're going to insert things. So you want to be in the insert menu. And now there are all of these options, all of these things that you can do. You can create a text box. You can insert images. If you have some sort of embed code of some sort of cool widget that you found somewhere and you know how to do that, you get the embed code, you can do that. You can insert folders and stuff from Google Drive. And then it has kind of these preset layouts that you can click on, and it'll, you add a picture here, your header, your text, just kind of an introduction to the page or whatever. And then you can also add these different things: table of contents, collapsible text, image carousel, button divider, placeholder, YouTube, calendar, map, docs, slides, sheets, forms, and charts. All these really cool things that you can add into your website to make it, more fun to look at, or, content for people to dig through. So let's go back to my pages here, because I think, so one thing I've done here is I've inserted the checklist into this page, and eventually, hopefully, I hope to have this page with enough data and information in it that I can share it with everybody, and all these videos and checklists and stuff will be available to you in a site. But this is the checklist as it appears on Google Docs. I've got flashcards section and all that stuff I'm trying to build up to share with everybody. These are just different things I was doing before. Yeah, I made a Rickrolled. So watch for that. I'm going to put an important link in there. You're going to get Rickrolled. Have fun with that. So that's sites kind of over that section. Embedding docs and calendars. So the way that I did that, I guess I should probably explain. Go to sites. So if I wanted to insert, I don't know, some slides. Let's click slides. This will have nothing to do with anything, but so let's choose this accessible content one thing here. It's a PowerPoint actually that's in Drive. So I click on that. You can search for that with the search bar. You can go through your list of different things. However, you dig through it, find it here. Everything that's in your Google Drive that's a slide is going to show up here. You click on what you want to insert. This insert stuff will pop up. You click that, and boom, now it's there. So you can move around kind of the size of things, and then there you go. And then once you do that, you just hit publish, and then you're going to have that on your website. So if you want to preview it, let's do that. One thing I like about this too, that's the preview. And since it's a PowerPoint, it's showing it up like this. If it were an actual Google Slides presentation, you could use all the different tools, but that just happened to be a PowerPoint that's in there. But with preview mode, this isn't a large screen. So this is like if you're looking on a computer, this is what it would look like on, say, an iPad. This is what it would look like on a phone, which is kind of cool. The preview kind of gives you an idea of what things will look like. I like that a lot. You can insert maps, right? So I'm going to put... we'll put the school on it. So there's that. I'm going to select it. And now the map will be available once it's published, right? So we can put that map in there and people can see, where we want them to see, which is neat. So again, you play around with all these tools and you can really make your website look like it needs to look, or like you want it to look. So the last thing I wanted to talk about here is kind of how to grant permissions. So once you publish it, and I'll go ahead and publish it, why not? You're going to choose a kind of a string of words or letters or numbers to represent how to get to the site. So it's automatically going to put this in the front, right? So it's not going to have a clean URL to send to people. You can do that, but you have to pay for it. But the website's going to be https://sites.google.com/collins-cc.edu/ and then whatever you choose, right? In this case, I picked G Suite Training. So I'm going to click, and then who can view my site? Anyone at Collins can view it. So this is important actually, because you're going to decide if people are going to need to log in or not, right? This means that anybody who has a Collins email address will have to log in, and then they will have access. Or you can click Manage and choose specific people or groups of people, Google Groups, if you wanted to do that. So that's kind of cool. And then also, let's see here. So you can make it public here, right? So you can change it here, and now no one will ever have to log in, right? If you make it public. I want to make sure we could do that, but I'm gonna keep it restricted. So done, publish. Give it a second. Now you'll see this arrow popped up over here. That's going to give you the option to view the published site. So if you click that, it's going to open up in a new tab, and this is what anybody who logs in to look at our page would look at. And you would just give them that link right up here. So you could just copy that, and then you can send it in an email or however you want to do it. Super cool. Now, if you're like, I don't think I want anybody to see that yet, you can go back and unpublish it if you wanted to. So that's Google Sites. As always, I recommend you dig through the gear, the little settings thing. This is just things that you can change. So if you want, right now I have the menu is over here. If I wanted it to be on the top, I could do that. Different things, if you want to put the logo or what's called the favicon, which is usually like right up here, if you've ever noticed that on a website. Let's see if the Collins one's working. It's not showing up. Well, anyways, usually that would show up kind of over here, or when you bookmark it. So if I were to bookmark the Collins site, I bet that would work. Yeah. So see, like it's got the little Collins logo there. That's what the favicon is. Just a kind of a fun fact. If you add a logo, it will add it kind of over here, which is cool. Viewer tools, so you can do that. If you use Google Analytics, so if you want to know who's going to your web page or how many people or when do they come the most, what page do they visit, that kind of stuff. And then this is cool, an announcement banner. So if you have some like, emergency, school's closed Tuesday or whatever, like you could put a little banner at the top, which would be kind of cool. So these are all this is a quick overview of what you can do with sites, that you're only limited by your imagination. Isn't that cool? So if you want to see more videos, I've kind of walked through all the checklists there, but please let me know if there's something else that you would like to see. As always, if you need some help with something, you can get a hold of me on email or Google chat at woda@collins-cc.edu or on Twitter at Mr. Woda. Hope you enjoyed the video and have a great day.